Hi, this is Tammy. We're back to do our April calendars. And before we started, I wanted to show you a little tip. This was a really good question that I got. Someone asked me, is there a way to lock down like the page that you're completely finished with, just to make sure that you don't accidentally move something while you're working on April, which this is a great thing to do because it's really easy to accidentally move things. So in order to do that, you need to first highlight the whole entire side of this page. So as you can see, I just drag a big square across everything, and then you go up here to edit and lock object. So that locks this whole section. You can't highlight on it, you can't move it. But over here, this part is still unlocked. This is also a really useful tool, the clicking and dragging, so that you can move a bunch of objects together. I'll show you that again later, but for the side you're working on, you also might want to lock the back part, the back layers, because again, that'll help you not move the objects. Now, the only drawback is that if you decide you want to unlock something because maybe you want to change the order, you have to unlock everything on the page. You can't just unlock one item. So just wanted to point that out. So to start April, we have filled the back punch with joyful times. Again, you do that by highlighting and then go over to the punches and do it with paper fill. I'm not going to do that because we've covered that already. This section here is a photo box. There are two photo boxes pasted on top of each other. The bottom one is white with a matte, a gray matte, and a drop shadow. Then there is a pool party one pasted on top with no matte and no drop shadow, and the opacity is brought down to 40%. This is also a photo box with rounded corners. Remember, you just fill it with vanilla paper, right click, select the rounded corners, and then our calendar is going gray, basic gray, and then I've got this thoughtful overlay put on top of it. Now the one thing I want to show you is the grass punch. So in order to get to that, you go over to your punches and select extras and open and scroll down, and here's your grass punch. So let's drag this over to our project, and you have to bring it down a little bit in order to fit it on the section. Just kind of put it, I think, about right there. Well, let's fill it with some color. I filled it with Kiwi Kiss, and now I've got this new update, and there's my Kiwi Kiss. I don't know where all my colors are anymore. Okay, and now we are going to go to our layers palette and move that below the calendar. And I have to also move it below, let's see, that very vanilla layer too. Okay, there we go. That looks about right. Gets a little confusing because this layers palette has all the items from March too. So it helps to put things in order. All right, so the next thing we want to do is go to our embellishments, and we're going to pick Afternoon Daydream, which I happen to already be on. You'll find that under the designer kit. You got to open that up and go down to the Afternoon Daydream, open it up, and we're going to find the little gray border right here. Put that over, tilt it to the right, and remember, when we're cropping, it helps to put it in the center while you're cropping. I wanted to show this little trick too. See how that just happened? That's just a problem with cropping sometimes. And so you can see that what I did was just grab it after I moved it over there, push it to the top with this little finger, and then grab it and go down to the bottom so that you can kind of place your crop where you want it. Let's try that out and see how it works. See, and then it pops way up there. Okay, so you just have to play with this a little bit until you can get it about the right size. So I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. And that's about right. I'm not going to worry about making it perfect for right now. And then we're going to add a drop shadow. Okay, and then also from this afternoon daydream, whoops, there it is. We want to get this little label and put it over. That's what we're going to use for our April. This also has a drop shadow. Go ahead and put that in. And then we want to go to our stamps and select month by month. So there we go. These are alphabetical, so April's on the top. And we're going to have to make that a little bit smaller and a little bit smaller than that too. Whoopsie. I unclicked on it accidentally. Okay. And then we are going to color this basic gray, which, there it is. Now, to actually do the freeform layer, go down here and pick freeform because we want to color the April in with some white to make it show up a little bit. So we have to go into freeform and select add brush layer. Do that while you can still see everything. Click off of it till it turns gray and then click back on so that you can size it. Make it a lot smaller because we just want it to cover the April part. Okay, then come back over here. Now that we've got it over April, you can come up here to the view to do your canvas zoom. You can also go down to this zoom section down here. I kind of prefer the canvas zoom up here because I like to make it really big so that I can see what I'm doing when I'm doing this coloring. Okay, so now that we're over it, double click, and then we are going to pick our color, which is going to be white. Where is my white? Holy cow. Right there. And we want to make the brush really tiny because we're kind of working on a little tiny thing here. And then just go through and color your April. You can see I'm not doing it super good because I'm doing it fast, but that's basically what you do. Just go through, and it doesn't have to be totally perfect. If you make a mistake, go ahead and hit the eraser. Whoops, I erased too much. Go back to the brush and continue like that. And then once you're done, here, I'll try and finish. Kind of just give you the basics here. Whoops. Okay, then when you're done, click off and, click back on and have it send behind. So go to your layers and send it behind. And before you actually click off of it, go down here and change the opacity down to, I want to say that I did about 80. Okay, that looks good. All right, so now let's go back to our canvas zoom. We're going to go back to the 125. And the next step is to do the clouds. The clouds are also in the